guys, how are you doing? Today I am here to hopefully help you choose the foundations better. I've been making a lot of videos about makeup tutorials and how what products I really love. I would include them there, here and there. But I just feel that first we need to understand our skin before we can, and our eyes and everything before we can choose the right product for each person. And that's kind of difficult to make in a video, but I think it's possible. It's been done before, I'm not new to this. And I think I can really help you choosing the right shade of foundation. This is what the video is about. I find that a lot of my friends ask me about choosing the right shade. It can be very difficult at times. I've made that mistake, and then you have foundation that doesn't match you, and then you don't use it, or you look like a Oompa Loompa or super white, which also happens to me because I tend to buy very pale foundations that don't match me. So, to do this, I'm going to talk about two things. First, I'm going to talk about how foundations are sold, and then how our skin looks like, and how we can match both things. So, first, let me explain how foundations work. And usually people think it goes from black to white or white to black, whatever that is. But there's more to it. Apart from the texture, and I'm not going to speak about that today, only regarding shade, there's two dimensions to it. The first dimension is tone, which is, does it go more towards a pink tone or does it go more towards a yellow tone? And for that to be understood, it's very simple if we look at races. So, or nationality doesn't really have to do anything with race, but races. So if you think of an Irish girl with ginger hair, with freckles, that gets red easily, and pretty much has a very skin-through skin, she probably has red tone skin tone. Red tone skin tone? Yes, something like that. So it has a pinkish tone to their skin. And then if you think of an Asian or South American person, more Native American kind of person, you will see that they have more of a yellow tone. And you can find a Japanese person, I've been to Japan, and you can find a Japanese person that is very pale, yet just as pale as the Irish girl, yet has a yellow tone. So this has nothing to do with how deep your skin tone is, it has to do with more with what shade within that tone, what tone it is within that shade. That's what I mean. So there's people that are just as pale as me that can be more of a red tone. Now, having said that, most people, 95, I'd say, % of the population in the world, I'd say more, have yellow skin tone. It's kind of misleading because I've lived in Ireland, so in Ireland you obviously see a lot more red tone, not a lot more red tone than yellow tone, sorry, but a lot more red tone than you would see in Spain. It's pretty much like gingers. You see 10% of gingers in Ireland and the UK or Scotland, I think, but here you probably see a 1%. Same goes with reddish skin tone. So now that I say that, so probably you're yellow toned, but think about it twice. Usually if you're very, 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 very pale, you're still yellow tone, but definitely if you're dark, you will very unlikely be red toned. Am I being confusing? Let's sum this up. Red and yellow. Red, very, very unlikely. Far more unlikely if you're pale. Yellow tone, likely in any shade, but definitely very unlikely to be red tone if you're very dark. So yellow tone is far more popular. Okay, so we first have these the shade down, this tone down, sorry. And now let's look at the depth of the shade. So within foundations you find very pale, almost white. You can actually find white foundations if you find very difficult to find your foundation for your skin tone. Get a white foundation and mix it. Mix it with whatever foundation you think has a right tone for you. So it goes from white to black and everywhere in between. So white would be, again, the very translucent person, and black would be the kind of black person that has never had like mix within their race, I guess. But most people, pale to black people, are like in between those people. Those are the extremes. So there's like a normal distribution, those are the ends, and most people are in the middle. And that can be sometimes difficult to buy because the system buys the wrong one. And I haven't explained this in the Spanish video that I've made exactly explaining this, but I think it's very important when I speak in English because I do think culture has a big say on that. When I go to Ireland, I'm naturally tanned, which is probably shocking to you that anybody would say that I'm naturally tanned, because in Spain I'm super pale. And therefore, in Ireland, a lot of people, a lot of assistants have given me much darker shade that I need. That also has to do with people purchasing darker shades than they should purchase. And I would advise you to always find a foundation that matches you. And if you want to be tanner, then use bronzer for that, because that's what bronzer is for. And foundation is not for that. So, now, the two dimensions of foundations are done with, tone and shade. And now let's speak about our skin, because our skin is not two-dimensional, it's multi-dimensional. It's got so many colors that it's very hard to know sometimes what shade of foundation you have. So I'm just going to look at the mirror, I'm going to analyze myself, and hopefully that will be able to give you a guide as to how you could analyze your skin tone. So first of all, wash your face on a bright daylight in front of a big window with a lot of sun, like today. Look at yourself in the mirror. Get a neutral t-shirt. You probably don't have pink hair. Having color around your skin will influence the way you see your skin. So try to find a neutral color top, and hopefully you have a normal color hair. But if not, just try your best. So if I look at myself, including my hands, I'm gonna first look at my face compared to the rest of my body. And I see that my face, it's like a tone darker than the rest of my body. And that says to me already a lot. First of all, that I don't want a foundation that maybe matches my skin on my face, but more so my chest. So I create that canvas, because that's what foundations are for, creating a canvas, making sure that everything is evened out. I look at my skin on my chest, and my face is very difficult to know if I'm red tone or yellow tone, because I have some redness around the place, but I also have yellow. So let's look at the rest of my body. And the rest of my body does tell me that I'm quite neutral, but I'm more towards a yellow tone. So I'm gonna need some yellow-based foundation, but not super yellow. A neutral, I could get away with a neutral one, but definitely not a red tone one, because it's just gonna clash with my chest and my whole body. Then I'm gonna look at my face. So my face has some discoloration, like most people, not when you're a little baby, not when you're 15, maybe you have acne, I did, but definitely more as you grow older. So I see that my chin is super red. It probably has to do with a lot of acne scarring and just the color it is. My cheekbones, not cheekbones, but more so here, are also red. Around my nostrils, super red and super discolorated and kind of brownish too, and my nose. And then my under eyes, I can see that here it gets kind of white, like it gets red then white, and then this is like not red, it's like purplish. So again, that will help me out a lot finding out the right corrector for my under eyes. So I use the Bobbi Brown one that you've probably seen, and that's because it has a orangey tone that counteracts my purpleness under my eyes. And if I look at my forehead and I look around here, it's not perfect, but it's quite evened out. I don't really need foundation there. If I had my whole face like the side of my face, I'd be very, very, very happy. I wouldn't need foundation. So, but I do need foundation. However, how am I going to use foundation? I'm going to use it all around the face. If I am, I'm going to try to match it to my chest, because it's a bit different. Now, I don't need foundation all over my face. I really don't. I just need to even out those middle of my face, or maybe a bit here, where I have discoloration. So maybe if I don't like the look of a lot of foundation on my face, I may just match it to the side of my face, not use foundation. That way my skin will look very, it will be seen, you'll see my skin, so I will look like I don't want foundation, or very, very little foundation, if any. And therefore, in summer, maybe I want a foundation that I can put around here and matches the side of my face. And as I'm a makeup freak, I do have a few shades, and that's what I do. So in summer I match it to here, or in winter or days that I have a worse skin, I will match it to my chest. Now, if I only want one foundation, I would probably go for a foundation that matches my skin tone here, because I can kind of get away with blending it to my chest. It's not that different. Now, if I had a very different skin tone on my face to my chest, I would probably put foundation all over my face and match it to my chest area. So really, that's really it about my skin and the way it looks and the way it differs. So just kind of to wrap up, just so you know, there's a multi-dimensional skin color that we need to match to a two-dimensional foundation. And now this is only regarding shade. So it's very important to know what tone you have. Is it red or yellow? What shade you are, but what shade you are, what would you like to use on your face? How do you use foundation? Do you use it in summer? Is it a winter foundation? Are you could have discoloration around here and not in the center, and therefore you'll focus your foundation and your correctors around here, and hardly use any. Just spread it, the rest of the whatever's on the brush or on your fingers, spread it around the center of your face. Look at your face, really have a look, and then you will have the base to buy the right foundation. There's still a lot more to go regarding texture and regarding actual complexities of buying foundation, the way that you can buy, you know, like testers, lighting, things like that. But if you know your base, it's already a good start. It really is. So I hope this helps you. Let me know if it does. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, or tweet me at Ulala's Makeup. I'll be super happy to answer any questions. Really, I just would love to help you. And yeah, subscribe, like it if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you hopefully soon. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.